Alright, I can explain for real. Hey, what's up y'all, it's Youngshann. And after a year and a half of being locked out of my channel, I'm back on this beat, yeah. Yes, I'm back and I'm better. And this time with a lot more content. In this whole year and a half, I've definitely grown as a person, as well as grown into my passions like acting, singing, modeling, the whole 9 yards. So aside from my YouTube stuff, like the advice videos and makeup tutorials and skincare routines, y'all will also get a first-hand behind the scenes in my growth in my artistry. So that means y'all get to look at behind the scenes for the music videos, for the photo shoots, vlogs at the studio, all of that. And in this new channel, well, new direction of my channel, I plan to be more transparent and honest. And if you like it, cool. If you don't, cool. Cause I'ma do me either way, baby, you feel me? So speaking of this whole little year and a half break, I'm sure some of y'all seen the title and was like, what's going on here? I know y'all a little confused, as y'all should be, but in this year and a half, I have dealt with some crazy shit. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Let me start from the beginning. So for those who don't know, I was suspended from ODU, which is my old college, for defending myself from an altercation with my roommate. After being suspended, I fell into a deep hole of questions, and my number one question was, what now? I spent 2.5 years on this campus. I built relationships on this campus. There was so much I wanted to do for the campus, on the campus. And the worst thing about everything that was getting me was this went to shit for something that wasn't even my fault. So after heavy months of heavy drooping and crying and, you know, all of that stuff, I finally said, shut that shit up. And boom, my YouTube was born. Along with my YouTube, I realized that singing was definitely my passion that I've had since I was 5 years old. I also wanted to get into acting. And in that same year, I got casted in my first short film on YouTube. I released my first song. And I was doing a whole lot more photo shoots to tap into my inner model. But even though I was pursuing every single lane that I see myself making my career, that I'm going to make my career, I missed school. I missed being, you know, I missed having responsibilities. I missed turning in assignments. I missed going to class. I missed the campus feel. I missed everything about it. So then I thought to myself, what other place could I get an education and achieve my dreams than Atlanta, the Black Mecca? It's a perfect place to network and take a risk to get to where I need to be. So I applied to Georgia State University, and on March 19th, I found out I was accepted. When I tell y'all I screamed so loud, I had no voice for the next 3 days. I swear to God, you can ask anybody. I had no voice. I think I read the admission letter in my car while I was driving. Don't text and drive, it's not safe. And I dead almost got into an accident. I was so happy just to hear the words, you've been accepted. It made me so happy. I can't really explain it other than that. At 21, I felt like my life was just piecing together and life itself couldn't stop me. I'm chasing a degree and I'm chasing a dream. What the fuck could go wrong? So before you know it, I was on my way to Atlanta. I started my fall semester, my grades were straight, I was meeting new friends, I was getting to know the city in and out, and before you knew it, midterms came. So, me being the scholar that I am, I went to log into my iCollege account to study for my midterms. And then I saw that none of my classes were there. And I'm like, what the fuck? No acting class, no anatomy, no chemistry. I tried to refresh the page and there was nothing. So then I took it upon myself to go to financial aid because what else could be wrong? I went to financial aid the next morning and they told me that I owed about $4,000 something dollars in tuition. And all I could think was, damn, I really would have loved to known this before I started the class and I was already halfway through the semester. But you know what? It's fine, right? It's cool. It's fine. So I was like, okay, when do I need the money? She told me the due date and we were set. I had the money at the due date, and when I was going to turn it in, I was told that I was told the wrong due date and I couldn't get reinstated and there was nothing they could do for me. And just like that, I was dropped from Georgia State. Now, I was hurt. Dreams were always important to me and I was always gonna chase them, but to be dropped from something I valued, like an education, something I was so proud of. Like, I took pride in hearing those words, you've been accepted again. I was so happy about that. And it was gone from me just like this. But then I was like, you know what? Cool. fuck it. I came down here on a mission. I'm still gonna connect with people. I'm still gonna go put my name out there. I'm still gonna do this and that and this and that. And shortly after I got dropped from Georgia State, I found out that my boyfriend of 2.5 years was cheating on me. So y'all could imagine, yeah, okay. Y'all could imagine the pain and stress I was going through down there. So between getting out of a really toxic relationship and going through a really, really bad breakup and getting out of school, it's safe to say life sucked. Mind you, I'm going through this alone because now I have nobody. My best friends, my family is all in Virginia. So this is the first time I had to do and go through everything alone. And when I go through her, I try to mask it by doing other stuff. And so I got a job and I just started stacking my bread. I'm working 7 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, making my money, saving my money. I felt good just to be productive. And you know what's really funny is even while I was working, as I was going through everything that was going on in my life, you know, I started to lose sight of what I moved down there for. I started to lose sight of my passion. I just started thinking like, man, maybe I'm better off going to school and just getting a degree and being a dental hygienist. Like maybe I'm better off doing that and not chasing what I want in this life. And I kid you not, every time I thought that to myself, a customer would come in or a table of mine would be like, hey, like, when are we gonna see you on TV? Like, you look like you should be on TV. Do you do anything out here? You look like a celebrity, da, da, da. Like, and then we would go into a whole discussion about why I moved here, what I do, what I wanna do. And then it would turn into a whole speech from them telling me that I need to keep my head on straight and keep going. When people tell you that God speaks through other people, they're not lying. I promise you. So I'm taking all this time, I'm working, but one thing that I didn't realize is when you come home and you're in those 4 walls of your room, you can't hide from the pain and the stress that you're trying to run from. You can only go through it to grow from it. So I allowed myself to process the hurt and the pain that I was going through, and that included more crying, a lot more praying, and then a lot more reflection. I had to realize a lot of things. The first one was at 21, life is not gonna be figured out. Reason being is, life is a constant lesson. You are constantly learning. There will be lots of lemons, and there will also be a lot to lemonade. You're just figuring life out. This is just the beginning. And then the second thing I realized was I'm only taken as serious as I take myself. I moved to Atlanta thinking that I was gonna immediately make it big. And I'm not saying it's not possible. I just thought that I had done enough in Virginia to move and take everything with me that I've done, so that when I presented my art and my artistry in Atlanta, they would have taken me serious. There was so much more I needed to do. There were so many more creatives I needed to work with, and I didn't get to do that. I remember I was filming for my second short film, and I was at the table with my friends, Mike River and Young Baby Tate. Shout out to the both of them. I love y'all. And I think somebody had asked like, oh, all of y'all are artists? And they both said, yeah, and I'm just over here like, yeah, kinda. And then that's when Tate told me, she was like, girl, you're either an artist or you're not. There is no kinda. There is no in between. You gotta own that title. And that stuck with me ever since that day. Third thing I learned was you gotta invest in your dreams. You gotta invest in your craft. So when I was done processing my hurt and everything, I started saving money immediately for my future. I have money saved up for visuals that I've already drafted out to my songs. I found a bomb acting coach in Atlanta, and I started taking classes. Then I finally had my mic and my own recording equipment so that I could have recorded in my room by myself. I started to get back on my feet, and boy, it felt good. So I came home the first week of March to watch my mom ring the cancer bell. And in that same week, I was invited to Pusha T's private party for his label. I went with my good friend Tyron, shout out to Zilla. And I swear that night I think that was probably the turning point for everything. It was just so inspiring. There was so much talent in the room. To be able to see so many Virginia like artists, from producers, from rappers, from other musicians to photographers, I had to step back and take it all in. Like, I was proud to be amongst the talented people in this room. I went home beyond inspired and beyond happy. And not long after that day, the quarantine started, and I have been trapped at home ever since. But I've still been able to create. I've still been able to write. I've still been able to conjure up more ideas and work on my craft by watching YouTube videos, simple YouTube videos on how to be a better songwriter, vocal exercises, even down to finding monologues that I could practice and do in the mirror by myself. There's so much talent that's developing in Virginia, and I think a lot had to do with when Pharrell had Something in the Water here. I think that really sent a surge of creativity through Virginia, and everybody's just taking advantage of it, as we should. There's so much love that I get from here, and I didn't really give myself time to embrace and dwell in it and use that support and love that I get from my state, from my city, to push me out to wherever else I want to go. And there's so many people that believe in me even when I don't believe in myself. There's something really beautiful happening in the creative world here in Virginia, and I want to be a part of every bit and piece of it. So my master plan is to move back, finish all the unfinished business that I gotta finish, and build an empire. I want to work with as many Virginia photographers as I can, Virginia producers, Virginia musicians, Virginia videographers, and as soon as I'm done with doing everything I need to do here, I'm gonna move to Atlanta and do the same exact thing. Do I regret moving? Hell nah. It's bittersweet to move back home because I love Atlanta. I met so many great people, I met so many great connections. It truly is the best city in the world. I started working with Atlanta photographers, I filmed my second short film, and I got to talk to a lot of people who are plugged in the industry. That was pretty cool. I've met so many amazing people, and I've met so many amazing connects, and even though I didn't get to do everything that I wanted to do in Atlanta before quarantine, that whole entire move made me see the potential that I have for when I do move back. Like the potential of everything to get bigger. I take great pride in knowing that I was brave enough to put myself in that situation, to go from somewhere that I was so familiar with everything to a place where I didn't know anything or anybody, and I figured it out on my own. That let me know I was capable of doing that. And a lot of people can't say that for themselves. And I'm humble enough to say that I do believe that was a chapter in my life that I wasn't meant to open yet. I'm not saying that it won't happen, because it will. But in order for that to happen, to fall through, I need to be able to take care of business here so that I can prepare for that chapter. Y'all get it? I want y'all to take a couple things from this video. Life will not go the way you want it to go all the time, but it is okay. You have to find the message in everything you go through, in every inch of pain. You have to find the true message in all of that. Second message is, if you feel like you have to relocate to get what you want out of this life, do it. Because to be honest, either way, if it works out the way you want it to work out, cool. If it doesn't, you still get a message of it, and you still learn a lot from that experience. Don't let anybody scare you out of doing something that you want to do. Don't let anybody scare you out of being brave to put yourself in that position. Because I promise you, a lot of these people out here don't have the guts to do that. So, with all that being said, I really hope y'all are down for the ride, because y'all get the first look at the development of Youngshann, the artist. Y'all go ahead and follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, all of that. I'll be uploading videos weekly now, so I'll see y'all next week with the next one. Bye.